Hey man, what's going on?
Not much, Brian. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you here. I'm excited for a surprise topic that you have from me.
Well, it's a little bit of a surprise drop in today. I know we were kind of a little nimbly wimbly,
Nimbly Wimbly?
nimbly wimbly, flimsy flambly.
Is that our word? As most of you were expecting, today should have been our season finale, but we decided for season 6 to give you an extra episode.
That's right. This is a bonus episode, which means our finale will be dropping next week. So you're going to want to tune in for that.
Yeah, we slid this one right in.
Yeah, so look at it as a friendly, neighborly surprise. But
Surprise!
right? But today we're gonna do a little bit of I don't want to say role playing, but a little situational a game here. I figure we could have some fun with that. And
I'm
then
glad that
we're
you don't
also
want to say role playing.
yeah, but
I'd hate to leave.
well, I think it would stop me. I would just talk to myself at that point. But also, you're going to want to stay tuned to the end of this because we're going to introduce a possible new segment that we're going to be having on the show. And I wanted to surprise you with that going forward before we get into the new season.
Oh, it's like a trial segment.
I didn't say it's a trial segment. We're just I guess a pilot.
So a segment
pilot for a segment pilot. There we go. That's a better way to put it.
Welcome to Neighbors Don't Knock, the show that brings you hilarious, unapologetic conversations only these neighbors can have. Join them and guests in their weekly mission to expand the neighborhood. Now, here's your hosts, Brian Chambers and Philip Goffrey.
Hello, all you loyal neighbors out there. You guys are lovely. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Anyway,
you guys.
that's right. So, if you guys are joining Neighbors Don't Knock for the first time or the 100th time, please make sure you have hit that like, follow, and subscribe button there,
And the
as
bell.
well as the little notification bell, so that way when we drop new content, you will be notified.
The bell's very important.
It is very important. So it also helps us and helps us bring more content to you guys.
It does. It helps out the channel. It helps people find us who otherwise might not know about us.
That's right.
It's great.
And we're all about expanding the neighborhood here. And if you're watching on YouTube, fantastic. Hello, all you YouTube watchers out there. But make sure if you wanted to catch the podcast on the go, on your phone or in your car, you can always get it on wherever you stream your podcasts. So just go to neighborsdon'tknock.com and you can click on those. Today we're getting into, like I said, some situational would you rather type of things.
My daughter plays this game.
I know it's a fun game to play, and I think it's something that I heard someone playing it the other day, and I was like, oh, and I was kind of playing it in my head. I was just standing in line at a store, and someone was talking with someone. They're like, would you rather? And they were just kind of going back and forth. And I wasn't
did you
trying
come up
to
with your own.
Yeah, I
Your
didn't.
inner voice, like, would you rather eat cockroaches?
Yeah.
Or
I don't. It was
walk
just
on broken glass?
it was kind of just. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It kind of helped pass the time. I was
all right.
trying not to eavesdrop, but they were talking really loudly, and so it was hard to to ignore
I
it.
kind of feel like if you're playing the would you rather game in public, you're doing it so other people can hear, right?
I guess. But we're playing it in public, so you guys can play along. And so we're going to have a little fun with that. And then, of course, like I said earlier, we're going to introduce a new segment that hopefully will be just as much fun. But first of all, how's things with you?
Things are great, man. Like 10 minutes before you arrived, I was covered head to toe in drywall dust. So
that sounds magical.
huffing chemicals for the past few hours. Yeah, redoing some of my house. And yeah.
Well, what
Dry hands.
I'll tell you what projects are you doing? Why don't we share with our neighbors? What projects are you working on?
I am currently
As little detail as
refinishing
possible.
a wall because I moved a television onto the wall.
Yeah,
And there was
remember
some-
they can't see
Yep.
these, so
I put a television on the wall, came into some complications, couldn't run the wiring. It's an exterior wall, so I had to hack the wall apart to get the wiring to run. Now I'm redoing that wall. And then this summer, I'm going to be restoring and renovating every room in my house.
there you go.
Top to bottom.
Philip is for hire for the right price.
For the right price.
For the right price.
I will redo your walls for the right price.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm not even sure how to make that creepy, but you somehow managed. I will skim coat your walls.
There you go. Well, okay, but what specifically are you doing? Now I know you mentioned to me. What are you doing with like rewiring the TV? Like, what's making it such a big? Because this is a big project you're working on.
It turned out to be a big project, yeah. So it's an exterior wall, so there's a whole bunch of insulation in the wall that was blocking the wiring, and then on top of that, it also happens to be a firewall. So I came across a whole bunch of cross members. I didn't expect that I had to drill through to run the wiring.
Oh, so it was supposed to be kind of a simple job, but it turned out with complications.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
And now, of course, because I had to hack the wall apart, now I'm just making modifications and having fun and making the mount system really cool and, oscillating and extending and all that jazz.
So for those of you that don't get the oscillating and all that things, so I did say pictures of it. So you do have like a big wall mount for the TV to come out at different angles, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Upstairs. I think that's going to be kind of look.
It's
really
recessed
good.
next to a fireplace, so the viewing angle gets cut off on the sofa.
Yeah.
So I'm going to solve that.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm kind of curious because I know you are a big DIY. Or DIY. Sorry, I should say DIY. Do it yourself. Project.
If you pay someone to do it, they just mess it up. So you might as well do it right.
What's the one project that you just don't want, that you would not tackle by yourself?
Up until like 2 weeks ago, I would have said drywall and paint.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Probably
Bathrooms,
big plumbing jobs.
Okay.
Yeah. I would do tiling and things like that. It's
interesting,
dirty, dusty, awful, but I would do it.
Okay.
But I'd rather somebody else do tiling. But big plumbing jobs, I think I would avoid. I'd probably break that.
Roofing.
I would definitely pay someone to do roofing. Yeah,
Okay.
I would not. I'm afraid of heights, Brian.
No, that's true. And I'm curious for you guys at home, and let us know in the comments below, what is a project, a DIY project that you would do?
And if you have pictures, post up. Send them to us. You can send them to admin@neighborsdon'tknock.com. Heck, we'd even put a couple featured up on the website for you if you First 5 pictures we'll post up on the website as long as they're clean.
I do want to tell you thank you because you have been teaching me to maintenance my car the right way without having to necessarily take it in, which has actually saved me some time and money. Even though I have taken it in to fix a couple things,
we couldn't do every job.
But it's nice. I was able to diagnose a lot more what was going on, which also saved me time going to them.
Yeah, I'm happy to help, man.
So it's been kind of cool.
Don't be afraid to turn wrenches and bolts and look under things, y'all. I mean, honestly, most of the stuff is pretty logic. It's A leads to B, B leads to C. So if nothing else, you can learn a lot trying to tackle yourself. And if you have to give up, you have to give up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big thing that we all notice. It's like a car who haven't grown up around cars or not familiar enough with engines and things like that. It feels very daunting, right? You lift up your hood, you're like, what do I touch? What can I not touch? Right? So I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing for homeowners and other people. You look at certain projects and you're just like, I should just call somebody. Or do you think that we've gotten to a point that most people just do that anyway now?
I think we are at that point. I think it's a shame. I will say this, though, y'all. If you are tackling projects, especially with modern cars, do make sure that you're careful to read about where high voltage runs in the cars. Because even cars that are not EVs, they have big batteries to run all these modern electronics. You don't want to get zapped by one of those things, I promise. So just look for the little lightning bolt symbols and read
oh, really?
Is that
the symbol?
Yeah.
Is that the symbol? The lightning,
pretty universal.
The lightning bolt.
Yeah. If you feel like you're in a Percy Jackson movie, stop what you're doing and.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm with you on that. I was very much like that. I guess maybe it's also an age thing. When you get to a certain age, you're just like, I don't want to do this myself anymore, right?
Sure.
But it seems more or less that I've come across younger. This is not a slight to anyone who's younger, but I've come across a lot of younger people recently that were doing things, and they mentioned, like, I'm just going to hire someone to do this or pay someone to do this. A specific example. I was talking with someone who I worked with was much younger than me, and they were moving, and they were just like, oh no, I'm just going to pay for somebody to move all my stuff. And for me, I'm like, absolutely, I would pay for. I'm not moving. I'm at the point in my life. I'm like, I'm not lifting boxes. But at their age, I probably would have. And they're not like insanely younger than I am because I'm not old. But they are significantly younger than me. I mean, by at least about a decade almost. And at that point, I would have been, especially, not married, anything. I would have been moving myself.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. I've done dozens and dozens of moves of my friends and of my own, and I'm done. I'm done moving. Like, I will pay someone
like
to move.
a slice of pizza and a beer is not going to get me to come lift a couple hundred boxes.
Yeah, and it definitely gets to the point where like you can make the argument that you just don't have time, and if you don't have time, you don't have time. Hire someone to do the job, but there are certain things you can tackle. Like you took apart your own wine cooler once, right, and replaced like the compressor or the motor or something.
Exactly. Yeah, one of the compressors went out, and I had to get the part, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I kind of researched it and figured it out.
That's fulfilling, right? Man, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I zapped myself once or twice because they didn't have the lightning bolt.
Percy Jackson.
They had the lightning bolt on there.
There it is. Yeah, there it is. Honestly, man, you can find everything on YouTube now, so why not just tackle it?
Yeah.
Although, beware.
Well,
some people on YouTube are not doing it right. So
that's true. I was about to say, be careful who you watch on YouTube, and I would consult more than one.
Yeah.
More than one thing.
If you're like Dr. Nick up there, you're like, the hip bone's connected to the backbone. Like, ugh. Might want to rethink that one.
Okay, let's jump into this is fun. Let's have a little fun today. So we're gonna do a little Would You Rather, and feel free to play along at home. It's always a fun game with your neighbors when you could, ask them and find out a little bit more about their personalities and life choices. So we're gonna
for better or for worse.
Yeah, we're gonna start out with an easy one, which is at least I should say easy for those of us that are married. All right, so would you rather accidentally call your partner your ex's name, or have them do that to you?
Wow, that's a weird one. What's your answer first?
I would rather them do that to me.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I said. It was an easy one for us.
Yeah, because I have a strong survival instinct.
Yeah,
I don't want to get killed while I sleep. So
exactly, I was just like, I would much rather hear my wife say that about an ex versus that be said. I mean to say that.
Yeah, same page.
I don't think that would ever happen. But at the same time, if it did, I definitely.
You never worried about it when you were first together?
No,
really.
I don't. No, not really.
I worried about it.
Did you?
Yeah. Not because I was thinking about my ex, but because I'm really, really, really bad with names. I call people the wrong name.
Well, how long? Wait.
All the time.
But you guys dated for how long before you got married?
Years.
Really? Years? Years? And you were worried?
I'm trying to remember how many years, which I don't.
I mean, you put it was plural.
4 years.
It was. It doesn't matter. It was plural. I mean, jeez. All right.
4 years with a year break. So how do you count that?
So this is what you learn about your neighbors. Okay, let's move on before you dig a deeper hole. Okay, so let's go on to another one. I thought that was going to be easy. Apparently, we found a way to get into trouble with it. Okay, how about this one? Would you rather people could hear your thoughts or have everything you do live streamed on Instagram?
There's so many moments that are flashing before my eyes right now that I'm ashamed of.
So would you rather them just hear your thoughts or everything you do is live streamed? Basically,
Can I answer first?
It's like the Truman Show. Yeah,
I'm gonna go hear my thoughts on this one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I actually would have gone the Instagram route.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd do the live stream on Instagram.
Interesting.
I gotta have something to myself, and my thoughts I can keep to myself at least, even if everything's live streamed on Instagram.
Yeah, but don't you do some like really awkward never mind. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole.
Can you imagine? I mean, just imagine if you were hearing everybody's thoughts. I mean, there's some people that think some messed up stuff. I mean, if people are hearing your thoughts, I mean, there's no hiding it. It's basically like liar, liar out loud.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm better with that than I am with like being caught in the bathroom doing awkward things. Like I'm good. I'm good. Like I do not need that on YouTube for the world to see.
I don't think anyone would want to watch at that point. I think they just turn it off. Are there that many of you out there that are that sick? I mean, you really. Okay, let's try one more.
I wonder how many times I'd be called jerk when I'm walking down the street. If everyone could hear my thoughts, it'd be like jerk, jerk, jerk. Who jerk? Oh, jerk.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Talk about customer service, man. Do you think that the waiter would really want to? Think you'd get any good service at a restaurant?
Yeah, I'll take your tip, even if it is out of guilt. You know.
Someone's gonna have their food spit in.
Oh, all the time. I would not be able to eat out if they could hear my thoughts. That'd be off limits.
Now, what would you can't even make telephone calls. They can hear your thoughts. That's what I'm saying. You know what? You'd have to order food. You have to have your wife do it. It'd be like, you order it.
They can hear my thoughts in the background from across the room. I hear your husband's thoughts back there. Tell him he's an asshole. All right, what's the next one?
Yeah, all right. So let's try next. Let's try one more. That was a little more interesting than I thought. Okay. Someone is about to take over the world. Would you rather it be aliens or robots?
I mean, flip a coin at which one's happening sometime soon. So,
well, all right, but who would you rather give it up to, aliens or robots?
I'm gonna go with robots on this one.
I would too, only because at one point a robot, I mean, you would hope that it would stop functioning at some point. Like, I mean, there's got to be a shelf life of robot, motor functions or whatever.
Brian,
at one
something
point.
tells me if they're smart enough to be taking over the world, they can probably fix themselves and replace a couple of parts now and again. I mean, grasping at straws here, but I've seen this sci-fi movie a few times, and
fair enough.
They move in packs like bees.
But I mean, there's still I don't know. There's something about at least about a robot that to me it feels, I don't say it's easier to take out but it feels like you could. I mean, I know I've seen Terminator, I know,
or any of the countless billion other sci-fi movies and books about this. Yeah,
so I don't know, but aliens, I mean, seem to have more of take over the world, but I feel like they would be more vindictive than robots.
You're worried about the anal probes. Yeah,
I'm not worried about the anal probes, but I mean, I just think that they would torture you for no reason versus a robot's like, our job is to take over the world. We're just gonna.
It's like in Mars Attacks. Don't run. Hap. Don't run. Such a great movie.
A very underrated movie.
It was for me. I think that I want to be like that last human, the last one they're about to just do in, right? And right before I go, unlike the aliens with the robots, like, hey, guess what? I still created you. Sleep well at night knowing that.
Oh man, I don't know. Robots feel safer than aliens. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They just do. It's
the anal probes. I'm telling you.
So anyway, what do you guys think? Is it robots or aliens for you? Any of those questions. We'd love to hear your thoughts of would you rather. Neighbors Don't Knock is produced by C&G Communications. C&G specializes in small batch voiceover and video production for commercial media, podcasting, radio, and more.
Combining years of experience in podcasting, acting, and sales, C&G offers big media products at small business prices.
That's right. To learn more, visit their Facebook page or email them directly at admin@cngcommunications.com. With that being said, I'd like to move into a new segment. And you're going to like this. I got some new theme music for you. You ready for this? All right. So we have a new segment that we're trying out. Our new segment. You could be my neighbor. And so you could be my neighbor, ? So I'm going to ask, we're going to find out of these three neighbors who Philip would want to be his neighbor.
Oh.
You cannot opt out. You must choose.
Oh.
Okay. Now, normally I would have gone at random through a hat or something so we could both play, but I figured for today, we're just going to have you as the guinea pig.
Yeah, and if you pick any sports figures, it'd be like crickets. I wouldn't know who the hell you're talking about. Like, yeah.
Oh, no, trust me.
LeBron James.
You know, see, you know somebody. Look at that. He's like, I don't know sports figures. I got the first and last name correctly.
I really got one.
Okay, so could you be my neighbor? Marilyn Manson, Kanye West, Joe Biden.
I have to choose which one I want to be my neighbor?
Yeah.
Are you going to guess which one
who could be your neighbor? I don't think you want any of them, but you have to choose one.
I'd pick Kanye West all day long. all day long. Yay, buddy, you and me. I mean, yeah.
Why Kanye?
Because that Fruit Loop is so unpredictable. It would be like a never-ending stream of entertainment. Biden and Marilyn Manson, I know exactly what those guys are doing tomorrow. They're easy targets, right? Kanye would just be like, popcorn, a beer. What's Ye gonna do today?
Biden's gonna be up at 3, and then he'll be asleep by 4. So maybe
Biden's up at 3 because he has to pee again.
Yeah, maybe some mashed potatoes, for on a consistent basis for dinner. Marilyn Manson, I just don't know what.
He's just sitting in a dark room brooding about how good it used to be and how badly he messed it all up. Dude, way to go off the rails. Like, way to mess up everything you accomplished.
Yeah, but you're not afraid of Kanye just sidetracking and just losing it and taking it out on a neighbor?
Ye? No, Ye's peaceful, dog.
You think he's peaceful?
I mean, if you're on his good side, I'll be on his good side.
Yeah, I like how you claim to be.
I can refinish his walls. I mean, come on.
So I would I actually would choose Biden on this one.
Oh yeah,
and only for this, and only because there'd be Secret Service.
Is that a good thing?
That'd be stationed out. So like, it's like an extra little security. Plus, I also know if I choose Biden now, he's not going to be around that much longer.
No, it's true.
So I mean, I don't mean that as a mean thing. I just like.
And when Hunter comes to visit, you can watch the truckloads of cocaine come like pulling up and.
There you go.
Oh look, a few kilos of coke. Hunter must be coming over.
See, look. There's excitement there with the Bidens. So anyway,
I bet Hunter can party.
I bet he could too. I actually bet he could too.
Doorbell's ringing at 3 a.m. It's Hunter. He gets like, oh.
She's like, not now, man. Not now.
I'm going to Brian's house, guys. Chill.
All right. Well, and
go back to bed, Dad.
Yeah, I gotta pee again.
Put your teeth in. You have a meeting in the morning.
All right. Well, and what do you guys think? Do you have one of those neighbors? Who would you choose if you had to choose one of those fine people to be your neighbor? Who could be your neighbor? So anyway, that was our new little segment.
That was a fun one.
Little fun one right
segment
there.
Pilot.
Yeah,
like
a little segment pilot, and we'll see if it sticks. But I'm ready to to get out of here a little bit. I think it was fun. Jump on the mic with you.
I'm ready to get back to sanding drywall.
Yeah, there we go. For you guys all out there, make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel. Make sure to click that notification bell. I would love to hear from you guys. I hope that the first day. I mean, we're in summer. It's officially summer now. So I hope you guys are wearing lots of suntan lotion and, making things happen for yourself.
Absolutely. And I will say to Marilyn Manson, to Ye West, and Mr. Joe Biden, President Biden, any of you are welcome on Neighbors Don't Knock anytime you'd like. Just shoot us a message. You're welcome on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't discriminate against
not at all.
Potential neighbors.
Not at all. In fact, President Biden will put in a little zapper to keep you awake the whole time you're on the show. So.
All right, guys. New episodes drop every Friday. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe. Hit us up. We'd love to hear from you. Peace.
Out.